Hey everybody, welcome back to Whiskey Book. It's been a little while and I'm back with another bag. Bum, bum, bum. Mystery Ranch three-way pack, three-way bag, three-way briefcase, I believe is what it's called actually. And I have some years of experience with this, so I'm going to give you a real world review on this. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to Whiskey Book. The Mystery Ranch three-way briefcase. Don't knock me for the naming, that was them, but that's what it's called. Real quick, why is it a three-way briefcase? If you haven't ever seen this before, it's got handles, carry it like a briefcase. It has straps, so you can carry it like a shoulder bag, and on the back, it has backpack straps. So you can put this on your back, or as we'll get into later, there's another option for that if you want to put it on your front. Why would you want to put a backpack on your front? Well, those of you who know, and those who don't, I'll try to explain it here in a little bit. What I want to do is give you some pros and cons of this bag, because it's about a $200 bag right now, and if you're going out to purchase it, I would like to give you some information before you do that, so you can make the wisest choice for you. For me, this was a present for my wife a few years ago, and for about, I don't know, 6 months or so, it just sat on my shelf, and I was like trying to figure out, I love the bag, but what am I going to do with it? Well, then I got a job as a trainer with the state, and in that job, I work in an office and go to work every single day, packing a lot of stuff. And I don't just sit in my office. I run to locations all over the state, and I need to pack my stuff with me when I go. And I've got quite a bit of stuff, and I need a bag that'll hold up. And I don't like the old briefcase that, the old square, you know what I'm talking about, the hard-sided cases. When I'm throwing this in and out of the car, I don't want the corners to damage seats or anything like that. So this is pretty perfect for, at least what I thought. We'll get into the review here in a little bit and make sure that that's what let's just make sure that it lived up to the billing. Let's put it that way. So this is the Mystery Ranch out of Montana. And I'm out of Montana, so I kind of dig that to start with, but there's a lot of good things about Mystery Ranch. By no means am I sponsored by anybody on this channel, and spent my hard-earned money, or my wife did, spent our hard-earned money on this bag. And I want to tell you if it's good or not. And so I'm going to go into some pros, going to go into some cons, going to just tell you how it lived up to the billing for me. So first off, I'm going to open up the bag, all the zippers, kind of pull out what I have in there for daily carry. I'll show you the weight on that in a little bit. And because this is my EDC, man. So I'd like to kind of show you what I'm carrying for my EDC. So first off, this is the three-way 18, I believe it's 18 liter. They also have a 26 or 27 liter. It's a bigger one, probably more like a suitcase. Not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is a briefcase that will do it all. And first things first, let's go on the outside. This is I don't know what the Cordura count is on this, but this is, I could show you all the way around this thing. I throw this in and out of vehicles. I throw this on my desk, move it in and out. I've dropped it a few times. There's a little bit of patina on this, but there's no wear marks. There's no scrape marks. There's no holes, nothing. Outside is doing very, very well for the use that I put it through. And when I say this is real world use, I mean it. This is over 2 years of daily carry, at least work day. And half the time when I'm home, I'm moving it around the house, setting it on this bench or that bench, so it's moving constantly. So on the outside, before I open any packs, I'll kind of show you what we have. We have a front flap. I'll get into here in a little bit. This is the main flap I use that has your quick get stuff that you need. It then has a zipper right behind that front flap. If I can find it here. I never use this zipper, but what that zipper does is it expands this bag. So if I needed to put more in there, I could actually expand it. Right now, it's probably sitting at 6-7 inches thick. It's about as thick as I want to go anyway, so I hardly ever use that. And right now, I'll get to a weight on this here in a little bit. I'll put it on the scale and see how much this carries every day. And that's only part of it because I also put a 15-inch laptop in here quite a bit of the time. So then there's a secondary. This is going to be the zipper for our main compartment. And what I want to show you the outside of this first is these are the, I can't remember what they're called, YK zippers, that they're water resistant. I don't know if there's any zipper that's waterproof, but these are, you can kind of tell they got a coating on them. It feels rubbery. I'm not sure it's plastic of some sort. Those are so good. I've had this in the rain, and nothing's ever gotten wet in here. I mean, I don't just stand out there in the pouring rain or throw it in a mud puddle, but it does really well. There's main compartment here, then a back compartment here that butts up against where you would have your backpack straps. So let's get into the bag real quick. I'll pull it all open, kind of show you what it is, and then I'll give you the pros and cons. For the first thing is the front flap has this cool magnetic latch on here. And this latch, like, you just take this little tab and pull it out, and then these zippers are angled so you can just pull that open like that. And I do that all the time. It's not a gimmick. It is, I've used that every day, work day, for like 2 years straight. And when I come home, my work phone's in here. And so I'll be pulling this, especially this side, open all the time to grab my work phone, see if I have any messages or anything. And it has held up wonderfully. So yeah, got a work phone in here. There's a kind of check in here. There's a bottom area where that's kind of where the stuff sits. You know, I've got, oh gosh, I don't know. I have headphones in there. I got this cool little zipper keychain thing that's a CPR face shield. Got out of one of our medical trainings. I have plastic. I don't need that in there. But anyway, that's where the stuff goes. That's like the junk drawer right there. And whatnot. This flap over here, this big one, that's where our cell phone goes. And I also put my ear pods in there. My bigger phone, my home phone, my main phone easily fits in there. You could fit a big phone in there. There's some spots here. I got pens and highlighters, and but this little pocket right here, I get these little flashlights. I got a ThruNite. I'll put this in the link below what all this stuff is, but this is a Archer, I believe. ThruNite Archer rechargeable. Look at that. Fits right into this pocket right here. Right there. And I like this really small flashlight because I had some bigger ones and they stuck up, and I don't know what was bending over, but they'd turn on, and I went through batteries so fast. So this one's rechargeable, so if it goes out, I just plug it in. And two, I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't click on and off as much, but we'll see. Okay, this little guy over here, I kind of dig this. I have an ID in here. I've got my phone cords in here. We're taking state vehicles all the time, so I hook up to phone cords. I also have a little Viperade E1 with a notebook in there. Got some other items in here that you might need on a trip. So that fits in there. And then this guy zips right up, and there's my told you this was a junk drawer. That's my Butterscotch Lifesavers. Can't live without those, right? Tic Tacs and Butterscotch Lifesavers. That's where it's at. So anyway, that's the front pocket. That is the most useful front pocket. Is it a Pro though? I don't know. We'll get into that here in a minute. Okay, second pocket, the big guy. This one, I have lots of stuff. I have a big folder in here. Padfolio, I think that is. That one's dirty. That one hit the ground. I've got some, check this out. I got beard care gear in there. I've got charger for my laptop. I have a mouse for my laptop. I have some jerky. Heck, I even have Sometimes I go outside. We're go out on the grounds of some of the places I go to, and I don't have anything up on the dome to keep me from getting sunburned, so I carry some sunscreen. But all that goes in there, and that is, if you can see in there, the pad folio, and I sometimes carry a notebook to take down notes for notebook. Imagine that, for meetings and such. That goes up front here. All these extra doodads go back. That's a really, I'm doing a terrible job showing you here. That's a really handy divider in there. And then the pad folio kind of keeps the whole bag rigid too. Kind of sets it up. I don't even know if I use that pad folio at all, but I like it. And then that zips. Here you go. This will be a pro here. You'll hear in a second. It's just smooth as silk right there. Smooth as silk. For something that's clinching so tight with plastic on it or whatever that the material is to keep the water out, for that to seal so tight and to be open day after day, that's pretty amazing if you ask me, that it holds up that well. Okay, back pocket. Now this is a padded pocket. There's about, I'd say, a little over 1/4 inch of padding on the back side where the backpack goes. If I was going to wear this as a backpack, probably wouldn't be the most comfortable. I'd probably want to put something else in there. But also inside, right here is another padded flap. So my 15-inch laptop fits, it's a Dell laptop, 15-inch, fits Spirion, I believe, fits absolutely perfect in there. Zips over it. It also has a divider in here. So the laptop goes on this side, closest to your back, and then there's a divider, and then there's little more pouches in there. I have never used those. I don't believe. I leave that whole back area. Let's listen to that zipper again. Whole back area for my laptop. Whoops, forgot the beard care brush, because you never know what kind of meeting. If I have to go into the meeting with the execs or whatever, I don't want to be all whiskers everywhere, you know what I mean? Okay, so that is the bag in a nutshell. It's the right size. I mean, you can go online and get the specs for it. I'm not going to give you specs. I know some people love specs. It annoys the hell out of me when I watch YouTube and I have to wait for the good stuff, get through the specs. Man, I can look that stuff up. So pros and cons. Pros. I already told you about the outside. Like, I use the heck out of this thing. And you even see down here on the corners where a lot of bags wear out on these very corners when they're rubbing in and out. This one, no. I don't know if you can tell right here, but my pad folio is pushing on that corner. Usually those are real easy wear spots for bags. This has an extra, it's about 1.5 inch cushion that goes all the way around right there. It's absolutely doing its job. No wear, like holes or tears or anything on the outside. Absolutely outstanding how well this is stood up. Another pro. Okay, versatility. It is what it is. It's the 3-way pack. I use it like a briefcase all the time. I use it straps all the time. Have not used the backpack. What they say, and I'm sure you can. I haven't done it yet, but you can put probably some soft body armor in there and use put it around your front, and that's, you can use the straps over your back to do that. I know Vertex is a bag company that does a lot of that. This would do the same thing, I believe. Be a little awkward because the bottom's a little heavy of stuff. I might have to dump some stuff out, but so versatility, big time. One of the reasons I got this, why I love it. It's not just a briefcase. I can throw it over my shoulder, which I do all the time. I have a bad back. If I'm walking from my vehicle to my office, it's a ways. I can strap it and kind of put it in the right spot so it doesn't hurt so bad. It is. I already talked about the robustness. I already talked about the zippers. That's pro. Those are the reliability, the workability, the just how stout this bag is. I couldn't ask for anything better. I really couldn't. In this day and age when things just break, this thing has gone and gone and gone, and I don't need to replace it. I just don't. I wish Well, we'll get into that here in a minute. Okay, zippers, smooth, watertight. I can't get over it. Like this zipper, I use it all the time. It works great. The latch, that quick access latch, absolutely love it. It's so handy when I'm especially when I have it on my side and I just want to get to my phone real quick. I can just either pull that up or hit that latch real quick. It's great design. I love that design. And the expandability, even though I hardly ever use it, to be able to expand this about another 1.5 inches. You could almost use this. Probably put some clothes in there if you didn't have much else to pack, and take that as an overnight pack or something. Really, really nice. Nothing's perfect. Okay, this does have a couple negatives. The number one negative I have is, I could probably get some video of me doing this, but let's see if I can just do it here. You hear that? These straps, where they pivot, I mean, it's really cool that you have the strap on here and this pivots so you're not binding up. When I have my laptop in here and there's any weight on this at all, people hear me coming almost a floor up. I'm in the 3rd floor of my building. They can hear me. It's an open atrium, but they can hear me from the 2nd floor walking. This isn't even as bad as I get there. Get a little bit like that. That's awful. I've tried to put some oil in there. I've tried to put like some grease in there. I can't get that thing to stop squeaking. Now I looked on the website and the straps look a little different on the website now. Maybe they've addressed that. I don't know. There's still a pivot point on them. So that's one thing that drives me absolutely bonkers. And as soon as I find a strap that I can use to replace this, I probably will. I just keep forgetting to do that until I go back to work, and it drives me nuts. The other one is, as much as I love the latch and as much as I love the zipper system that comes up here, I kind of wish there was a little more versatility in here. To have 1, 2, 3 pen pockets, basically. I'd like to have a couple pen pockets and maybe another bigger pouch, or this zipper pouch, like something that I could put something of a different size in there. Having the 3 pen pouches is kind of like, all right, I'll deal with it. Also wouldn't mind if there was something down below here that I could zip up or whatever. I mean, that's being really, really picky. That's just a personal preference for mine. And where I actually got that from is going to tie into the third negative. The third negative is this bag is too damn good. It's been over 2 years of hard use, and it's still going strong. And I don't have any reason to get rid of it. There's a couple other companies that make things like this. 511 makes one. Maxpedition makes one. The one I really want to try is Everly Stock. They have an executive brief, and I think that's what it's called. And I saw how it's set up in the front, and that's exactly what I want. But that's also $200, and I cannot justify getting rid of this for that, just for a couple more pockets in the front, because this is so good. And plus I'm supporting Montana, and it's just, Mystery Ranch is awesome gear. If I ever got big enough and they wanted to sponsor me, I would be like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll use their gear all day long. And with that, I will leave you. Thanks for watching Whiskey Book. Thanks for sticking with my whiskey adventures, and we'll catch you next time.